This is intentional.
The church has three
Love that. Millions just witnessed the most stunning church in the world, and that's in Spain. We're checking out the video and we saw a part of this particular church in that video, but it was not really shown there. And I think this video is going to show us the entire building. And guys, let's dive right into this.
Millions around the world couldn't believe their eyes.
I think Germany have something like this.
Yes.
The Cologne.
Yeah, you mentioned the last time.
Yeah.
But someone was very angry on the comment section.
Really? Why?
The person was like, don't you ever try to compare the both of them. But I think the person was getting it wrongly. We're not saying that Spain copied the structure from...
No, not at all.
Yeah, we're just saying that these two buildings are similar.
They look alike.
Yeah, they look alike. And I think they should be happy to know that there's a replica of this building somewhere else. It means that there is a church somewhere else, because this is about religion, this is about faith. So you should be happy to have
and we are
more.
also Christians too.
Should be happy to have more even around the world. You will
all
not
over the world.
hold it to yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's called the Sagrada Família,
Already
and it was the vision of the great Catalan architect Antoni Gaudi 144 years ago. That's right, after 144 years of continuous building, the most stunning church in the world has finally been completed. But what makes this church truly
that's
stunning
such a long time.
is how it actually points to something even bigger. An extraordinary renewal that's happening all over the world. A renewal that promises a future that's beyond anything any of us could have ever imagined. You and I are living in an amazing time. I mean, we're literally witnessing history being made every single week, and this week was no exception. Yesterday, June 10th, Pope Leo celebrated a solemn mass at the Sagrada Família Basilica in Barcelona and formally blessed its newly completed Tower of Jesus Christ, and the service was nothing short of mesmerizing.
Oh my God. Absolutely. I love the fact that they use the kids to do this.
The future.
Yeah, the Church of Jesus Christ. And one thing we know about Jesus Christ and his character is that he loves kids.
Children.
Yeah. Adults wouldn't have depicted this in the best way.
Yes.
This is amazing. Oh, it's like a call. No.
That tower you just saw, the newly completed Tower of Jesus Christ, spans over 566 feet high, making the Sagrada Família now the tallest basilica in the world. The cross on top is itself 5 stories tall. The evening ceremony drew an estimated 9,000 worshippers inside the basilica, and 120,000 faithful gathered in the surrounding streets, with millions watching from abroad. Spain's King Felipe VI and their Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez were among the dignitaries present. The historical symmetry was actually quite stunning. If you don't know, the Sagrada Família...
I really respect Spain for this, right? Because...
See, I'm telling you, from the first video we checked about their Easter celebration,
the Holy
Week, I loved you guys. Like, I really loved you guys. I love how you guys held your faith so strong. It's enviable.
It's chills. It's giving me chills.
Because these days and time, people, those things, yeah, you hardly see it in most community. It's no longer
How
there.
much more a country
His cornerstone was laid back in 1882 during the pontificate of Pope Leo XIII. And now, 144 years later, his namesake, Pope Leo XIV, inaugurated its crowning tower. Before Mass, Leo lit a candle and prayed at the tomb of the designer of the church, Antoni Gaudi, who's buried in the basilica's crypt. Addressing the congregation in both Spanish and Catalan, he called the basilica an architectural masterpiece and an eloquent catechesis made of stones, colors, and light. There are exactly 18 towers. 12 represent the apostles, 4 represent the Gospels, and 1 for Mary, the mother of Christ, and of course,
this
the
is
central and
sensational!
tower, signifying Christ as the center of the cosmos. The church has 3 facades, each dedicated to depicting the 3 key moments into which the entire cosmos has been incorporated: Christ's birth, his death, and his transformative resurrection. Inside, the most stunning feature is the way Gaudi plays with sunlight coming through stained glass windows, creating color combinations that make you feel like you're in another world, and a Narnia-like world where colors you never imagined.
I'm so happy that this is done in Spain and no other country. Yes, they are the best people to respect this site more than any other country that I can ever think about. Because most countries, at the end of the day, they are going to disintegrate the place, make it look not what they intend it to be like.
But Spain have a track record of maintaining
their religious side.
Yeah.
They have that love and respect when it comes to the Christian faith. So I'm so happy that this is done in Spain and no other country.
I hope
Space through sunlight. It's absolutely astonishing. It's theology made visible in stone and in light, a 3-dimensional catechism pointing in every direction toward Christ. The Sagrada Familia is without question one of the most glorious, spectacular churches in the entire world. What's happening in Barcelona with the Sagrada Familia is actually part of a very real reawakening. The reawakening of a new Christendom all over the world. In Orthodox Russia, upwards of over 30,000 churches have been rebuilt after the destruction and the aftermath of the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917. In fact, the official date of the Soviet Union's collapse fell on Christmas Day, December 25th, 1991. Around that time, barely 30% of Russians claimed to be Christian. Today, 30 years later, over 80% identify as Christians. And it's not just Russia. This is St. Sava in Belgrade, Serbia. This cathedral was just built and opened in 2020. It's styled after the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople, or as some of you might say, Istanbul. And it's considered one of the modern wonders of ancient Byzantine architecture, as is this, the People's Salvation Cathedral in Bucharest, Romania, opening just last year. It's the largest and tallest Eastern Orthodox church building in the world. Rising 132 meters on Spiria's Hill opposite the Palace of Parliament, this Neo-Byzantine landmark represents a monumental return to sacred grandeur. The cathedral accommodates 7,000 worshippers beneath a main dome exceeding 430 feet from the ground. The cathedral, in fact, has the largest free-swinging church bell in the world. And we could go on and on. What's happening with the Sagrada Familia and Russia's church-building program and what we're seeing in Serbia and Romania and throughout the Christian world is a stunning resurgence, a reawakening of Christian civilization, not just in cathedrals and sacred buildings, but in classical architecture programs like the rebuilding and restoration efforts in Budapest, Hungary, that I took you on a tour of a few weeks back. We're seeing it in the mass popularity of Christian and sacred music, particularly coming from the Estonian composer Arvo Pärt and the movement he started known as sacred minimalism. In fact, Pärt is considered the single most sought-after classical composer in the world today. And we're seeing it in the return of sacred art and iconography, where sacred images are once again awakening the imagination to divine realities all around us. And for me, as a former educator, the most stunning development of all in this reawakened Christendom is the extraordinary renewal of classical and Christian education that's taking the world by storm. And I do mean the world, as we just saw firsthand in Brazil. In fact, just 8 short years ago, Brazil had no classical schools at all. Today, they have upwards of 50 or 60, teaching tens of thousands of classical students all around their nation.
Wow.
And that brings us back to the Sagrada Familia. What makes this really the most amazing church in the world is the way in which it uniquely reveals to us the future. You see, Gaudi's Sagrada Familia is a stunning example of what's increasingly being called archaeofuturism, a term coined by the French scholar Guillaume Faye. Faye theorized that populations all over the world would increasingly return to their traditions, customs, and religions, while at the same time maintaining and developing their technological advances. In other words, the future would bring together the very technology and tradition that secular globalism had tried so hard to separate. As such, the buildings and urban planning of the future, as well as the music, the art, the politics of societies all over the world, will experience a tremendous revival of re-traditionalization, with science now in the service of the sacred, technology transforming the transcendent, together awakening our highest religious aspirations. That is precisely what Gaudi's Sagrada Familia represents, a future of religious renewal and technological innovation that together promise to foster our highest human flourishing.
Actually,
It's beautiful.
yes. If there's anything I really want this thing to, like, the old tradition to influence, is actually architecture. I appreciate modern structures, modern facilities, and all of that, but you still cannot compare the most modern facilities I have with ancient. Oh my god,
architecture.
it's always different. The intentionality, the detailing,
And the
the
buildings,
materials.
the buildings that are done of old are done by educated, sophisticated, well-learned people. Because this building cannot be done by a normal construction workers. No. The detailing here, that's special people that does that, and that is their field. And it takes a lot of time for them and effort for them to
put it together. Like, it's good that it's stayed that long, because when you look at the architectural structure, the 4-pole, the 12-pole, and the 5-story building, big cross hanging there,
that is restored as a 5-story building.
Yes, you can imagine what the foundation will look like. So you know that this is a building that beyond the years they need to put in work for it not to just collapse, because it's a heavy
100 and something.
Yes.
100 plus years.
It's a heavy building. This is beautiful. I was thinking he was going to give more details and show us more pictures of the building, the inside, but the pictures are very limited. I expected more. So I don't know if we're going to also check if we can get videos that will really show us the building in its glory and everything. Oh gosh, this is beautiful. I got emotional so much. I love this so much. Thank you, Spain.
And also, I want to note on the fact that the mind behind the buildings, they're also very intelligent and calculated people. For them to have that architectural design scripted out even before AI, before everything. Like, whatever we are doing now is just substandard to what these guys have done before us. It's substandard.
Spain, thank you for keeping the culture.
Yes, thank you so much. I really love that.
Thank you. Until next time.
Bye.